Guys, how's it going? So for today, we're working on another Inktober piece. This one is for day 3 poison. I couldn't think of any actual poison to use, so I kind of went with venom, like snake venom. And I did a piece of Rioxia being so helpful bringing a cobra over to her owner because she's just so sweet like that and she wants to be helpful. And weirdly enough, her owner's not really that pleased about it. Can't imagine why. It's a really sweet gift. So working on this project, I'm still trying to come up with the different clothing and all of the things with the environment and the world and trying to figure out what it all looks like. This is one of the earlier stages of everything and just kind of have like a super generic kind of outfit on right now because I didn't know exactly what to do. So as well, I thought it would be a good idea to relate the topic, the Inktober topic, poison, into just a talk in general about things that can be toxic or poisonous in your life. Whether that's somebody or something or some situation, something that's distracting you from your goals or from you living your best life. I think it's important to think about these things and try to combat them in the best way we can, whether that's going ahead and trying to remove them from our lives if at all possible. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes it's just a bad situation and or just the reality of your situation and you have to kind of deal and cope with that. A lot of it is how much you're willing to tolerate, I think. For instances where people are bothering you, what are you doing to modify the situation in that case? Are you actively seeking this person out? Are they coming to you all the time and bothering you? And then how are you responding in kind? Are you giving them the attention that they're looking for? Or are you ignoring them and eventually they'll get bored and leave you alone? Eventually can be a really long time, but it will probably happen because people want reactions to things. They want to get a rise out of you. And if they can do it, then they will keep doing it. So that's one thing. Another thing could be like your situation. That could be kind of toxic. Are you struggling to make ends meet? Are you constantly worried about money and not being able to pay your bills and be able to do what you need to be able to make the life you want? Those things are all really hard because you don't always have a huge amount of control over it. You can't necessarily control what kind of job you get. You have some control over it, but if you don't have like a college degree, then you can't probably get a job as a doctor, as a high-paying doctor. So there's just going to be limitations based on your particular skill set and your education level and what society perceives your educational level is. It's all really kind of up in the air. So there's only so many hours in a day or a week or a month, and you can only earn so much money. What kind of things can you do to help that? For a long time, I was working on just freelance art, just trying to make that work. And that was a toxic situation for me because I wasn't having fun with art anymore because I couldn't do the kinds of art that I wanted to. I couldn't experiment. I couldn't draw what I wanted to. I felt trapped because I had to do what clients wanted and nothing else, because clients were paying and nothing else was paying. So that was not a great situation that I found myself in. And my kind of solution to that was to get a part-time job. There's a lot of stigmas and everything, especially in the art world, about doing so. I think a lot of people feel like it's a betrayal to your art if you get a part-time job, or at least I found this to be true. I felt like it was a failure. Like my art was a failure if I get a part-time job. I'm never going to make it as an artist, if I have to stop doing full-time freelance and move into a part-time job position, then that's just like a signifier that I failed and all this. And it's just this really heavy, toxic mindset that's preventing you from getting where you really want to be. I sat in that mindset for years. I sat in that mindset for like 5 years of thinking that a part-time job is going to ruin me and not be able to have me do what I want to be able to do. And when actually it's been quite the opposite. I've been doing more of what I wanted to do with my part-time job than when I didn't have one. When I was being so stubborn and trapped within my own mindset, I can choose what I want to do. And that's probably the biggest thing that's helped me in my art career so far, is that I finally feel like I can actually experiment, like I can actually do what I want to. It's not a constant race. It's not this do or die and mostly just dying. It's not the situation anymore where I'm relying so much on my art to feed myself that I can't ever do anything that I want to do or experiment or work on my own stuff, because those things take time away from potentially earning money. And when you have to rely on making money with your art instead of just making art, then your whole entire process, creativity process, just gets totally foobarred. It's not good at all. You feel constantly annoyed by doing art because you can't ever do any of the things you want to. And you always have to, again, do what everybody else wants you to do. And then you start feeling like, well, what is it that I even want to do if I could? But it's just, that's more like a wishful thought, because you can't ever explore that option. So if you're in a position now where you are feeling trapped by your art, that it's do or die and you're not really doing it, you're not making it, you're mostly just dying and flailing, then I'm just going to say right now, it's a mindset struggle to get over, but it's really okay if you need to do something like get a part-time job. I work 3 days a week right now, and that's enough that I can not rely on my art 100%. I'm making more now on what I want to do than I did ever before. And it's not like a lot, but it's more than I ever have before, doing exactly what I want to do. And I'm giving myself that time to be able to do it because I have this other job that's helping provide for me. In a way, if you're a freelancer, then your other job is really just like another freelance gig. Think about it that way, and maybe it'll make it seem less annoying. And yeah, maybe it has not a lot to do with art, but that's okay because it can give you time to think about art while you're working. Unless it's one of those jobs where you're just constantly go, 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 go. And even then, that could be a good thing because, hey, maybe your job is taking you away from your art mentally, and then once you get back, you can actually get more focused on it. You have an actual clear break from this time to that time, and you're not thinking about your art. And that can be nice because once you get back to it, you can see it with fresh eyes again. And then if you have a job where you can think all the time, or you have a lot of time to think, then that's great too, because you can sit there and contemplate different scenarios that you might want to do. If you're, say, doing a comic, you can think of different plots and characters. If you're working on a series, like a painting series, you can think about all the items that you want to do in the series, or even a couple of different series that you want to do. You can get home and just work on it, or on the days off, you can do it then. I think it's important, again, to think about the things in your life that might be toxic to you, and they're all different for different people. Everybody has their own kind of demons to work with. And then if you find those things that you are wanting to work on or could potentially work on, you can actually start getting control over the situation, as much as anyone can anyway. And once you do that, you can make more steps toward the path you really want to follow, instead of just feeling like treading water. So I hope that helps. And I hope you're having a good day and hopefully not a toxic day. And I will talk to you guys later. If you want to see more of my art, you can contribute to my Patreon. We're almost to the first big goal, and I'm really excited. And I would love it if you guys would take the time to check it out. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter at Char Reed Art. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.